somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. 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 Ain't no other king in this rap thing, they siblings. Nothing but my children. One shot, they disappearing. I'm in the city with a flag be getting thrown like it was pass interference. Padlock around the building. Crash pulling up an unmarked truck just to play freeze tag. With a bone to pick like it was sea bass. So when I made it out, I made about 50K from a show. Trying to show niggas the ropes before they hung from a rope. I'm prophetic. They only talk about it, how I get it. Only good for saving face, seen the cosmetics. How many heads I gotta take to level my aesthetics? Hurry up and get your muscle up. We up the plyometric. Nigga ran up out of luck, soon that's up the highest metric. The city just made it sweet, you could diabetic. They mouth you full of deceit, let these cowards tell it. Walk in New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling Monster! Oh man. Niggas acting bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off.
Shit get crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious, 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 crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious.
Louis Theroux, Duke and Jones, jiggle jiggle. My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure. It makes me want to dribble dribble, you know, riding in my Fiat. You really have to see it. 6'2" in a compact, no slack. But luckily the seats go back. I got a knack to relax in my mind, sipping some red wine. Shepherd's Bush, my compact push, Notting Hill Gate, my Fiat skate with a crate of Cabernet. But not today, because I gotta drive, I wanna stay alive. Not cause it's illicit, do I have to get explicit? As a matter of fact, I sip on the yak with Big and Reese, 200 diamonds in their piece. I'm trying to get mine, so I can shine. Jiggle jiggle, I like to see you wiggle wiggle. Jiggle jiggle, I like to see you wiggle wiggle. My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure. It makes me want to dribble dribble, you know, riding in my Fiat. You really have to see it. 6'2" in a compact, no slack. But luckily the seats go back. I got a knack to relax in my mind, sipping some red wine. I think that went really well, don't you? I enjoyed it. Nice being in the booth. So, unless you have anything else, that's a wrap. Jiggle jiggle, I like to see you wiggle wiggle. Jiggle jiggle, I like to see you wiggle wiggle.
Your court television news starting now.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a very breaking news update here on the NJCourts TV News Update. As a matter of fact, this is going to be following up from, I guess, last night's and for some of you, early morning's broadcast that we brought some more breaking news yesterday. So just in case you didn't know, Zena the Witch was arrested. So, with that being said, everybody wanted to know, well, is there going to be a new mugshot? Because, you know, we got to take a look at some of her previous mugshots yesterday or last night. And I said, I'll work on that. I said I'd try to get that in an incident report because I told you guys last night, as soon as I heard about this, what was the first thing I did? I submitted my FOIA request, okay? And I wasn't bullshitting. And because I was one of the first, I was able to get that information for you guys. As always, an NJCourts TV exclusive coming right to you all. So, we're going to get right to it. I'm going to start with the, actually, you know what? We're going to do the police incident report. I'm going to save the mugshot reveal for last, because I know there's a bunch of you little IP2 faggots in here just waiting for it to pop up. So the first thing you can do is screen record, screenshot, go to the IP2 forum, say I'm the first one that got it, and NJCourts sucks dick, he's a loser. But I got the mugshot, guys, look at me. So I'm going to make you guys suffer a bit. Also, you're going to have to figure out how to take my nice watermark. Or I'm sure you little faggots can figure that out, but at least I'm going to make you work for it this time. All right, so let's start with the incident report, and then we'll get to the mugshot reveal, all right? So, and don't forget, if you would like to help support today's channel, help support what we do here on the NJCourts TV channel, like getting you these exclusives, breaking news updates we've been doing all week, almost 24/7 now. So you can tell I haven't gotten much sleep. I'm all hyped up on energy drinks. Now I know how it feels like to be an incel, except I'm not a virgin, so it kind of doesn't give me that true little feeling. But I think getting all hyped up on energy drinks is the closest I'll feel like one, so I'll take it. But anywho, yes, any ways to support the channel? We have PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Super Stickers, YouTube Superchat, and now we are featuring TTS back again through the PowerChat.live website. So no excuse now. Even you incels, we accept PowerChat.live. And I think we still accept Bitcoin or cryptocurrency through one of the other venues, but long story. Anyways, I appreciate all the support, as always. Always got to run my commercial, so there you go. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and read the incident report for you because it just came in the form of an email. So I'll just read it, and then, of course, I will be able to, obviously, I have the mugshot, and I'm going to reveal that to you. We're going to actually add it to the slideshow. So, not only am I going to make you sit through a bunch of my, bullshit here just to get to that mugshot, you're going to have to watch the slideshow of 3 other mugshots. Then we'll get to the new mugshot. All right, here we go. Bro can't get laid without paying. Who's paying to get laid? Are you talking about me? Hold on. How would... Bro can't get laid without paying. Who am I paying? I don't think you were talking about me, but anyways. Especially when your name's Lil Cal Research. Oh, yeah, no, you are one. There you are. Yeah, no, we're not going to read your comments anymore. As a matter of fact, you're going to have to pay to play. If one of my bouncers can go ahead and take care of Lil Cal Research, you're either going to have to pay to be a little bitch, or you're going to have to come in on one of your other alts to be a little bitch. Yeah, we're changing some policies here on the NJCourts TV channel, if you haven't already noticed. For those of you that are trolls, your messages will no longer be answered or basically even paid attention to at this point. Now, if you do want your stupid comment to be paid attention to, you're going to have to do that in the form of a TTS or a donation. The good old days are over, yeah. I got greedy. I got the good old greed bug. Usually happens when you pass that 5K mark, you know what I mean? Yep. All right. Now, for the rest of y'all, you guys are good. I love you guys, especially my members of the jury. Don't you guys worry. I read all your comments all the time. That's one of the perks you get as a member of the jury. Your fucking name just comes like highlighted out in front of me, so... He did. What's Martha support group? What's the Greek you're a smart person. What's the there's a Greek, what's the name of the Greek? There's a Greek story about the boy that flew too close to the sun, remember? They told him not to, he made some wings and I think he was using wax, right, to hold the wings together, and he flew too close to the sun and the wax melted and Icarus. The story of Icarus. Local research, I suggest you read that because something tells me you probably didn't go through the American education system, so. All right, there you go. All right, so anyways, let's get to it. I think we've given the trolls, or I don't even call them trolls. Those aren't trolls, those are incels. There's a big difference between an incel and a troll. I appreciate the trolls. You guys have creativity. You guys make me laugh. Incels, they just come on to say something stupid because it makes them, they go back in their Discord like, hey guys, guess what? I got NJCourts. He got all ruffled up. He talked about me for 1 minute. IP2 wins. Yeah. Okay, guys, what time's movie night tonight? Okay, I'm going to bring the popcorn. All right, we'll see you guys. Ma! Go to Walmart and get some popcorn! It's for the movie night for the boys! All right, here we go. Let's get to it. All right, so here we go. I'm going to start from the top. I'm always transparent. I'm going to read the whole motherfucking email for you, okay? I'm not going to leave anything out. So it starts, good afternoon. We have information for you below. In order to honor the privacy of the victim, we will not be releasing their name, and we respectfully request that you do not use the name of the victim in your coverage. You got that. One, I don't even know what the victim's name is, so don't worry about it. So, I got a case number. It's case 25-2211317. Date, August 9th, 2025. Approximately 5:55 p.m. Location, 2200 South Lakeshore Boulevard. So this is going to be the incident report from the time of the first incident. This is what basically led to this said arrest that happened last night. So here we go. On Saturday, August 9th, 2025, at approximately 5:55 p.m., video evidence captured several live streamers armed with paintball guns participating in a scavenger hunt near 2200 South Lakeshore Boulevard. Officers spoke with a victim who reported being struck by a paintball, resulting in pain and injury. Based on the investigation, a warrant was issued for Amaris Sampson for the following: assault with bodily injury, Class A misdemeanor, intentionally or knowingly causing bodily injury to a victim by shooting them with a paintball. Second charge, deadly conduct, Class A misdemeanor, recklessly engaging in conduct that placed others in imminent danger of serious bodily injury by discharging a paintball gun in a public area without safety precautions. Next paragraph. On Wednesday, August 13, 2025, Sampson was arrested and booked into the Travis County Jail on these charges. Anyone with information is encouraged to submit a tip anonymously through Capital Area Crime Stoppers at austincrimestoppers.org or by calling 512-472-8477. That'll be the number for the Austin Crime Stoppers. All right, that was your incident report, okay? Now, reason why you're all here. As a matter of fact, how many of y'all are here today? 83. Thank you. I appreciate that. 83 of y'all. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday. Okay. So, you guys ready? So, again, we're going to start from starting from the slideshow. So, some of these you saw last night. For some of you that weren't here last night because it was a late one. And actually, you know what? Fuck. I mean, as soon as we finish the mugshot, we're going to talk about it a little bit more. I'm probably not going to play any clips because I don't have them ready. I just suggest if you didn't know what happened, watch my coverage from yesterday. Late last night, but we can still talk about it and give you an explanation about what happened. Also, it's my understanding, I guess, that Chevy, whatever his name is, was also arrested at some point on stream last night. So if you guys can confirm that for me, we're going to talk about that too, and I guess that'll be my next bit of research I got to work on now is figure out what he got arrested for and get his little mugshot information. But let's start with Miss Amaris Sampson first, a.k.a. Zena the Witch. So, here is your mugshot reveal as promised. Be patient. It's going to go through a little slideshow here. So, again, these are just various mugshots that we've, that it's going to basically catalog her past experience with the criminal system here in the United States. We actually had 4 of them that we showed yesterday. I will let you know. I'm going to pause whenever we get to the one mugshot from yesterday's arrest. That one, I would say out of the 4, that's the roughest so far. This one, the one from last night, I think she was ready for. So there you go. Slapped her top of the head with my old NJCourts little sticker there for some transparency, or what do they call it, for just claiming that if you guys are going to post my shit, at least I get a little bit of some credit. But anyways, yeah, there you go. There she is. She looks like she wanted to smile. But I think she reminded herself, don't do it. You got to look tough. So there you go. Now, those are probably not all the mugshots available. Those are just the mugshots that are available according to arrest.org, okay? As a matter of fact, in my, kind of just doing a little bit of background investigation into Miss Amira Sampson here, a.k.a. Zena the Witch, I found out, along with some of the other records we already shared, I looked up some information because I found out that she may have had a record in Miami-Dade County, okay? She did. As a matter of fact, I'll share that with you. Let me just get this off of here. Let me go into midget mode here really quick. Oh, let me get the other screen up. Give me 1 second. Which one is it? Here it is. Now we can go into midget mode. All right. So what you're looking at right here is going to be an incident report. Well, not an incident report. It's going to be a case report from an old case that happened in Miami-Dade County. I'll just read this since we already have it up. Just to give you kind of an idea. Like I said, as we're starting to learn more about her previous history, I'm finding out that she's probably. I don't think. Let's just put it this. I don't think spending a night or even 2 nights in jail was anything big deal for her. You want to know why? And I'm still investigating this, okay? So until I have something to officially confirm this is just hearsay. But I was told that Miss Amira Sampson here, a.k.a. Zena the Witch, back when she was living in Florida at some time, she used to work for a company named Sprint, okay? I don't know exactly what she did for the company. Now, again, this is all hearsay, so this is all allegedly. But allegedly, as she was working with this company for Sprint, she did something. Okay, something that involved basically her getting picked up by the Secret Service. Okay, yeah, same people that guard the President of the United States, they also enforce other laws and investigate other things. Okay, like fraud and other stuff like that. A lot of stuff when it involves money. So I'm going to have to guess it probably had something to do with that. Again, this is all allegations until I can pull up the, case report and all that. But I was told that she spent, I think, something along the lines of close to a year or over a year in jail in regards to that incident. So if that's the case, I'm sure she's probably a tough little pit boss mama. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't know much about her. I'm just starting to learn more about her. And as I am, I'm starting to realize she's kind of like a ski mask Andy, one of those people that, they obviously their past knows about them. But the new people they were able to kind of con and fool, they didn't really know much about this person. And they try their best to keep that from people, right? God forbid they find out that, she got picked up by the Secret Service and spent, over a year in jail. You don't want people to know that as a, cute little kick streamer asking for donations. You know what I mean? No. And what I realized doing this channel for 3 years, she's not the only person, just like Ski Mask, just like the rest of these people we cover, and that's kind of why they don't like this coverage, right? They just like to control what camera view they can control. They like to control what information gets put out, right? What they don't like is when the truth starts getting put out there, like their past criminal history record, and people start realizing, God damn, you know what I mean? So I'm going to look more into that. As of right now, those are just all allegations, but I will look into that, and if I can confirm that, I'm going to be pulling up all the case records for that. We'll go over that, of course, and we'll read everything we can, okay? I'm probably going to have to look up that through the federal PACER system, which you have to pay for. I have a paid account, so we're good on that end, but, man, I haven't used that system in a while. I think the last time I was using that system was when I was looking up information on old Jimmy the Shithead. But, yeah, if she did really get picked up by the Secret Service, and see, there's some more transparency for you guys, you'd have to look through the federal PACER system to find any court information about her from there. You're not going to find it through any of the state or county court websites or any of that shit. Yeah, I know. That's how everybody knows. She told the story. But did she tell the whole story, though? And if she did, hey, great. We'll confirm that. And not everybody knows about it, so there you go.
You can Google it. I'm going to put a little laughing emoji because that's so funny, NJCourts. See, now you can Google it, and see, now if you go waste time and look up the information, it's not even going to be breaking news.
Thank you, Armstrong. I appreciate you. Like I said, whatever keeps you guys from putting a little cold blue barrel steel on the tip of your forehead every day, I'm all for it, man. If you got to come in here and get your little bullshit out, please. The last thing I want to do is one less human on this world, all right? I care about you, incels. I really do. You know what's funny, though? I will say this. I love how the incels talk like they represent the rest of you 100 people in chat, right? Like, they go, we already know this. We already looked it up. Who are we? You talk for the rest of the 100 people here in chat. I'm sorry to let you know that most people in here, one, don't even know who IP2 is. They don't even know what an incel is. That's why I have to keep reminding them. It's a 40-year-old virgin, got the dirty rooms. They sleep on a little mattress on the floor. It's all full of piss and shit and vomit. You know what I mean? That's an incel. Dude, did I call it? Come on, you motherfuckers. Everybody that's been in my chat. What do the incels always say? What do they always say? Damn it, Armstrong. Dude, I'm telling you, you guys look the same, talk the same, smell the same, have the same width. There you go. Here it is. Every single time. You're very angry. Looks like we got you. What's the word they always use? Oh, looks like we got you all ruffled up. They always say the same thing, dude. Seething. Thank you, Maniac. Manic, there you go, the seething. Why are you seething? There you go. Oh, Armstrong. You can be whatever you want on the internet, honey. And you can think you're at work too, honey. Trust me, it's not my first rodeo with you all. I know you're probably a NASA engineer somewhere working remotely in the Bahamas, fucking all sorts of bad bitches and guys. If you're a girl, I know this story. I got you. You ain't got to. Like I said, you guys are all same story, same everything, man. There's female incels, too. Let's check on that. There's some good questions. See, I like that, you. Let's get back on track. So let's go ahead and do you guys want to do a little jail search and see what's up with old Xena, the princess warrior here? Let's get my big, beautiful face here. Since Armstrong's claiming to be a female, we'll give her it. We'll call you an it for today. We'll give it some sugar candy there. We don't know yet, Candy Sugar. We're going to check right now. All we've done is reveal a mugshot, and we read an incident report that are basically like a press release that was sent to me by the, I think that was going to be the Austin Police Department, representative from the Austin Police Department. I had FOIA requested basically a statement from them yesterday and a mugshot. And they were cool enough to send it to me, so shout out to the Austin Police Department. I think we even said that last night, that we said that, they're look like they're up front with getting everything up really quick. So they had the booking information up as soon as she was booked. I mean, that's pretty amazing. So let's check really quick. So I'm going to pull that up right now. Remember, Armstrong, I still love you. It's just the internet. All right, let's see here. So we're going to go to, what is it? What county was it again? Travis County. Travis County inmate search. So we're just going to go back to the old Travis County inmate search website. And let's do an inmate search here for the old Amare Samson. Let me share this with you. That way you guys know I ain't smoking no crack. But it's still pulling up her info here. So there she is. Let's see if it shows anything about being released or anything. No, it's still showing she's in the Travis County Jail. Bond is still showing 0. So she either hasn't spoke to the judge yet, or if she did, they didn't set a bond amount. Now, and actually I'm glad that we're looking at this, because so if you noticed in the press statement that we read earlier, they discussed 2 of the 3 charges you see here, right? You notice there's 3 charges she was booked into? So everybody was wondering, what is this 3rd charge? Because it says out-of-county misdemeanor. Well, I was reading some of the chat yesterday, and some people were thinking that this had to do with the possible alleged assault on Murkoff the Perk that happened a few days before this incident on the weekend. Remember, that's what started our coverage on Zena the Witch. Okay, was that video clip of her allegedly assaulting Murkoff the Perk when she was laying there next to Chevy in his bedroom, and then she called the police. She had a report taken, and then we kind of left it at that. You know what I mean? So I have the feeling, I haven't been able to confirm it yet, but I'm going to agree with you all in chat that did mention that they think that this has to do with that incident. So I have a feeling it does. Okay. And here's another interesting thing. Remember when we were looking up, when I originally had looked up in Travis County, Zena the Witch's record, and the only thing we saw was an inactive RO and an active RO case record? Well, when we went to, here, let me switch over to that other record. Check this out. I found, that's actually Merc the Perk. Give me a second. So that person, I was able to match these pictures here with that name that's on that. Here we go. So this Amaris Yvonne Sampson versus Reagan Jane Green. This Reagan Janine Green, that is Murkoff the Perk. When you Google search this name, Reagan Janine Green, this is what you get. This is out of Miami-Dade mugshots. That's her, right? That's Murkoff the Perk. Yeah, she's got some other stuff, eh? We've already gone over some of those charges, and that's just in the counties that I've been able to find stuff out. We found out that she had an assault charge. Oh, that's what I was actually going to show you guys. So let me not jump around. Hold on. Let's go back to that one charge out of Miami-Dade County that we were going to read for Xena. Here you go. So this happened back in 2022, and she was charged with a charge of misdemeanor battery, and the disposition was they withheld adjudication, which means they went ahead and didn't convict her, and basically just gave her some probation, which looks like it was just like some fines. So she lucked out on that one, but she does have a history of of other criminal charges. We read another record out of another county in Miami or in Florida. This one here with this misdemeanor battery is out of Miami-Dade. Obviously, you can see the other mugshots that have been posted, so those have to come from whatever other county she got in trouble. So, yeah, we're slowly but surely just kind of looking and finding out more about her record. She's obviously talked about what happened when she got in trouble by the Secret Service. So yeah, I mean, she's definitely got a record. All right, so yeah, so when we went back over here, here's the one thing though. This is what's kind of confusing though. She's actually on her on one of her records. She was listed as 4'11", just to be exact there. So if you notice on this case summary, it says Amaris Yvonne Sampson versus Reagan Janine Green. Okay. Usually when they have it like this, the first name is usually the, what do they call it? It's the pro something. The second name is usually the defendant. So the way this is laid out, it almost looks like Zena the Witch pulled a protective order against Murkoff the Perk, which, wouldn't kind of make sense being that, we saw in that clip Murkoff the Perk being allegedly assaulted by her and, called the police and made an incident report. So I'm still trying to figure this one out. I don't know if that's just the way. Maybe it doesn't matter how they put this here, but usually it's been my experience that there is some type of, let's just look at it here. You can even see where it says, so there's the petitioner, there's a petitioner and then there's like a respondent. The petitioner's usually on the left-hand side. The respondent, aka the defendant, is on the right-hand side. And the way this is reading is as if Zena the Witch got an RO against, or PORO, however you want to call it, against Murkoff the Perk. And the reason I know this Reagan Janine Green is Murkoff the Perk is because, like I said, when I Google search that name, this is what pops up. And that is, when I looked at a picture of Merc off the perk and then compared it to this mugshot, it looked just like her. Biscuit! Here, dude, I'll do you a favor. I shouldn't even have to do this for you. Actually, no, I'm not, because you're not a paid member. You're going to have to go back. You'll have to rewind. We already showed it. If you were a paid member, I would gladly show it to you now. Sorry, buddy. We got to get like that. Times are getting rough. But I did show it earlier. Just rewind. See, this is her Facebook right here. This is another picture of Merc off the perk. Yeah, that's her. Merc off the perk. These are all her pictures up here. I love all the alts that are just coming in talking their shit. God, you guys are fucking losers, bro. But you know what? I guess without you, there wouldn't be this small little culture that goes on YouTube. And in a way, you guys pay my bills in some, well, you pay the channel's bills, not my bills per se, but so I gotta kind of, well, no, actually, how does that work? No, because yeah, you still, even though you do that free Wi-Fi, never donate, all whatever bullshit you do, you still are actively engaging on YouTube, which does pay advertisers, which technically does pay the channel. So I guess I do have to be kind of somewhat thankful for you losers. But in reality, like in the real world, yeah, you guys don't do much. But in the internet world, I'm going to be a little bit appreciative of you guys. But in the real world, yeah, it's basically like stepping on cockroaches at that point. So I'll give you your notoriety, however you say that word, in the internet world. You know, you guys do somewhat benefit the channel, but in the real world, man, you guys need to work on that one. And I'm praying for you. What up, Claire? What up, everybody? And I even hate to talk about it, and I'm not going to anymore because I realize it's just 1% of the people in the chat, so it's not fair to like the other 99%. But it's still, I care. That's the reason. Those people think, oh, I got him. No. You can think what you want, but the reason I address you losers is because I do care. And even if I can get through one of you, that's going to make me sleep at night, man. And I know I'm getting through one of y'all because I'm not going to, don't worry, we're going to keep you guys anonymous, but trust me, I have definitely converted plenty of incels into real men, okay? And I'm proud of those incels. Well, I'm going to call them men now. I apologize. You guys know who you are. You are no longer incels. You are men. And congratulations for taking that step. But I'm always going to pray for the last little bit tiny of you guys that exist, that maybe one day you'll find what your worth is and you'll just excel from there. But anyways, that was enough. That's my, you guys always know I always got to have my little 2 cents, 2 minutes of preaching. That was it. I promise. All right. Yeah, so looks like Xena's still in, no, this is an old mugshot. This is just, we're just talking about Merc off the perk. This ain't Xena. Let me get this out of here before people start coming in going,
That's not Xena. See, he doesn't even have the right mugshot. You stupid fuck. That's not Xena.
So I guess let's talk about this Chevy guy. So I guess it's my understanding that this Chevy guy got arrested. Did anybody see that on live stream last night? What up, Speedy's grandma? What up, Ken McDonald? Shout out to all the members of the jury. What up, Roofer? What up to all my mods? Man, I love having this dedicated screen with the chat, man. This shit is a badass. What up, Marfin Support Group? Kitty Soft Paws. We had Kimberly coming in earlier. Appreciate all the members. Madame Star. I don't know. That's why I'm asking you guys. Somebody said supposedly he got arrested last night. Oh, he was detained. See, that's why I'm glad I asked you guys. There you go. So he didn't get arrested, just detained. That's no wonder I couldn't find any information about him. And released. Cool. There we go. Well, that's less work I got to work on. I like to hear that. Oh, man. Get this thing. All right. Here, since we're getting a lot of people that might just be coming in right now, I'll play the little mugshot slideshow in the background here for you guys. That way I don't have to have you guys rewind. See, I'm a nice guy. Jeez, man. And then I get so much hate, you know? Look at, I'm even doing the mugshot slideshow again for free. God damn. Such a nice guy. That's not it. That's not it either. That's not it either. He wanted a cop to escort him to one if hurt scams. Oh, okay. I see. So he pulled a ski mask Andy, basically. The old, do something to get me detained, but it's just really so I have the cops there for my protection type of thing. I gotcha. That's not it either. That one was, I would say, one of the roughest. That one looked like she had one hell of a night right there. All right, here it is. This is the one from last night. She's got her little gray stripes on. Looked like she was, I'd call that like a half smile. More kind of like an asshole smile, you know what I mean? Kind of like a, fuck you. Well, teach their own. And I did look up to see if she had any, their court docket. She was on the court docket for today. From what I could see, I didn't see her on any docket. So like I said, I don't know if she did have a chance to see a judge today. If she hasn't, if she's not going to until, tomorrow or what's going on. But according to what we saw, when we did a inmate search just a few minutes ago, looked like she was still booked at the Travis County Jail. For those of you that may just be coming in now, we did read the statement that was emailed to me by the Austin Police Department in regards to the incident and why the arrest warrants were basically executed. And we found out that 2 of the 3 charges she's facing are having to do with the incident over the weekend with the paintballs. And we're guessing, still have to confirm, but we're going to take a good guess that the other 3rd charge, the one that just says out-of-county misdemeanor, hold for out-of-county misdemeanor, we're going to guess that one may have to do with the incident that happened, a few days prior to this last weekend where she allegedly assaulted Murkoff the Perk. That's what led to our beginning of our investigation, who Zena the Witch was, because, the police had been called. I had a lot of people reach out to me that wanted the coverage, so we started then, and then this shit happened over the weekend that's just added on to already, I guess, the first charge she was facing, I guess, from that assault. So, yeah. So now she finds herself in jail. She even made a call to Chevy last night. We played that on the live. Sounded like she was pretty cool about the situation. Sounded like she thought she was going to get out right away, but I don't know. If she's gotten picked, if I'm gonna, now I can't verify the felon yet, but I would probably think that the charges she got when she got picked up by the Secret Service probably included a felony. So if I could take a guess, I would say yes, but that's just a guess at this point. I haven't been able to confirm anything that says convicted, felony from any of the police records we've pulled. Everything we've been able to show has just been misdemeanor charges. pronounced Chevy. Thank you. There you go. That's how you're speaking my language there. Chevy. There we go. Got it. That's it. You should have just spelled it like that. His double O's are usually like what? Good, shove, good. I don't know. It's one of those weird ones. So there you go. So as promised, right? Did I not say yesterday I put my FOIA request for all those fuckers that are sitting there going, he always says that. He always says that. He never does what he says. Bullshit. So Mikey's Bag O' Meat says she is a self-admitted felon. There you go. Sorry, Kitty Soft Pies. I didn't see you there. Did he really, Marfin Support Group? Well, there you go. I guess kind of gives you an idea of how all these people, I'm not saying everybody in that group, but goddamn, man. I mean, let's just take an example, okay? So let's just talk about the three people that kind of are part of this little group here, right? We've got Murkoff the Perk, you got Zena the Witch, and then you got this guy, Chevy, okay? So we just found out a little bit about Zena the Witch's history, right? Don't know much about Murkoff the Perk, but we just did see some wild-ass fucking mugshot from Miami-Dade County of her. So, obviously we know she's been in the criminal record system. And then we just find out here, again, this is just alleged because I haven't been able, not that I'm calling you a liar there, Marfin Support Group, but I haven't been able to confirm it yet. But then we have Marfin Support Group stating that Chevy has allegedly burned his parents' house down in Virginia. You know what I mean? So, again, and probably is why a lot of these people become streamers. You know that? I'm starting to learn that I think this whole streamer career is just another, basically it's just the way of these people that can't usually get real jobs in the real world because of their record, of just them trying to hey, I don't blame you, get your hustle on, you know what I mean? But they still hire people with felonies. Like I said, I have a good friend that has an awesome job right now. He's been doing it for over 16 years, okay, that he got as a felon. So there's no excuse. But I think a lot of these people just kind of play that no, I'm too good to work, and, they won't even hire me anyways because of my record, so I'm going to be a streamer. It's crazy, dude. I mean, come on, am I reaching too far? I mean, who else? Look at everybody we cover. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but most of the people we cover, it's not like they've been, let's just put it this way. Let me get it off of here. Most of the people we cover, it's usually not like their first time they got in trouble. How many of the people have we covered where it's honestly been like their first fucking time they've gotten in trouble their whole life? It's like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. No. Everybody we've covered literally has got multiple fucking criminal history records, and not even from one state, from multiple states. Usually they're pretty serious records too, including felonies. A lot of them have felonies that include assaults, shit like that. You know what I mean? It's crazy, dude. Well, good. And I hope most of them will hit that 7-year mark and take care of that, but they still have to take care of that themselves. I don't think that's automatic. I think you still have to apply for something. As long as it's not a violent felony, there you go. That's the thing. Most of these people have violent felonies. Two of them are serving basically almost a life sentence because of their fucking horrible fucking records and the crime they committed. I remind you of Trina Golden and Jimmy the Shithead. So, don't forget that guy that's looking at possibly serving a life sentence now in Las Vegas. Dude that shot those two YouTubers cold blood right there on the streets of Las Vegas Boulevard. Remember we talked about it a bit? Shit's crazy, man. Jose, no. I don't know when his next court date was. I think it wasn't anytime soon. I think it was end of September or something. I'll have to check. He's kind of the last on my list. Jose, basically, you can just go on him when he's live and just go in his chat. He'll tell you everything about his fucking update. Yeah, that's you're right, CCTV. There's a little bit of some history between that guy and Geezer. I'm sure there's probably some other streamers that all kind of fall in this little group of, people that we're watching now that had some type of interaction with that guy at some point from Vegas. I know Geezer did, like you said. 27th, this month or next month? Yeah, Marlo, last time we checked, is still in jail. I don't think he's going to be getting out anytime soon. His brother is out. Andrew is out. But Charles, last time we checked, is still in jail. Trina was facing, I think, about, what did we say, Roofer? Like 16 or 18 years? There you go. This month? Okay, yeah, I knew it was sometime at the end of the month. So we'll just have to wait for that date, and then we'll get you an update. That's the one thing. Unfortunately, I can't. I'm not a fortune teller. Nope. We did check on Attila not too long ago. He is still here in the United States. I have a feeling he's not going to get deported very soon because I think he's got a lawyer, is my understanding. I think when you get a lawyer up, which costs money, you know what I mean? I think that kind of buys you a little bit of time. No, Tone should have court here in October. Tone was actually we did a quick little review on it. Tone was scheduled for court, but they rescheduled it. They either rescheduled it or they didn't do shit because he doesn't have. It's just showing his next court date is until like October. I think they just rescheduled it. But yeah, we checked on that. He's still in the system. He still's got to go through the court system for what he did. He's not out of that trouble. No, sir. But yeah, they've got his next court date got pushed till October. We did a little update on that whiles back, whenever it was supposed to be his court date. Any other questions, y'all? Otherwise, I'm going to call it a live stream. I just wanted to come on, share the new mugshot and the statement that I received, kind of like media statement that I requested from the Austin Police Department in regards to just this whole mess. I'm just trying to think if I have any other requests. I have a lot of FOIA requests. I just got to... It's hard for me to... I have everything kind of written down in my other book, and that's what kind of helps me keep track of all my requests. Obviously, I don't have that in front of me, so... on top of my head, I know I still have some out for Newport Beach with old, what's his face? The guy from the Bronx. The fries in the bag guy. Josh Block. Still working on getting some more information on him. I think I'm still waiting on getting... Oh, I did share Jose Sanders' mugshot. So I did get info on Jose Sanders' some new stuff. For those of you that were asking about Jose, I don't know if you were there, but we did our last update, included his mugshot. So we were able to share his mugshot that nobody else had. So that's some new information just in case you weren't there for that stream. So his stuff came through. Yeah, I think I'm just waiting on a few FOIA requests, really. So we should be kind of caught up on everything that I can get for you guys until, these next court dates start coming up. So that's what there's a rumor going around, but I can't even start to even say if that's true or not. To be honest with you, I have a feeling it's probably not, but again, I don't know. But I've not been able to confirm anything. And no, none of the news stations have said anything of sort about the alleged victim being of that. All the police said was they're not going to include the victim's name, and that if I knew what it was, to not include it in any of my coverage, which they don't have to worry about that because I don't know who the victim is. And if I did, I would probably never would have even included their name, but obviously because they're asking me not to, I obviously wouldn't. So. Body cam, I can try to get it, but realistically, I mean, you're going to have, what, 25, 50 YouTubers that were streaming at the same time when all that went down. So I don't think the body cam's going to be much different. You know, it's just going to be basically what you didn't see, which was the car ride into when she gets booked. And I have a feeling she probably didn't say much. That's just me. Just because she's kind of used to this shit. But we can look into it. You know, all they can say is no or yes. Doesn't hurt to ask. Yeah, well, I haven't heard anything about that whole case, Artistic Service Ltd. Quite frankly, I'm kind of getting a little tired of that whole case. You know, it's realistically, I just think, I don't know, I don't want to give my opinion because we're not focusing on it today, but it's just, sometimes I've learned doing this now for 3 years, there's certain people that don't mind the attention, even when it's bad, okay? And unfortunately, they'll use my coverage and channel. And I'm not saying that's the case, but I've just got to be cautious of that going forth now because the channel is getting bigger. It's getting a little bit more popular, so you are going to see a lot of people that are just, you know, going to try to use the channel as a way to, you know, basically advertise themselves. And like I said, they don't care if it's even in the negative or bad light. And if that's the case, I'm not going to give these people a free ticket. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that's the case with the Marlo and stuff, but it's just getting really messy. You know, you hear one thing and then it changes. You hear another thing, and then it changes one thing, and then this and that. And I don't like that. You know, it's none of my business. Like I said, it's just the internet. I'm just here to cover it. I hope none of y'all are getting too wound up in it where it's, you know, causing frustration in your life. But yeah, it's just it's a mess. We'll just leave it at that. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, the easiest thing to just say is drugs are very bad, bro. If you notice the kind of common thing between a lot of these people, a lot of them are doing this for the drugs, man. There's some that hide it really good and some that don't care to hide it. But I'll tell you what, doing this now for 3 years, I've kind of noticed a pattern between a lot of these people, man. You know, and just the way they act, the way they talk, you know, the way the same scams, the same lies, same scripts, you know, same bullshit stories, you know. It's starting to get old. I'll just put it that way. There you go. Thanks, Roofer. There's a few stories out there, too. We covered, I think, 2 of the 3 of them yesterday. They've got a lot of the and that's the thing, you know, when you've got 3 local stations covering this incident, they're going to put that puts a lot of pressure on that DA's office, okay? Because they don't want to look bad in front of the media. And the media, if they don't like what they do, they're going to make them look bad. So if the media is basically wanting to see justice for this victim, they're going to influence that DA, you know? So what usually could probably just be a, you know, regular little, all right, give her a plea deal, let's move on, you know, could turn into something else. Again, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, just because of the fact, you know, this was brought to the attention of a lot of people. And over the same weekend, I had mentioned this in yesterday's stream, there was a mass shooting, okay, at a Target that left 3 people dead, including a young child. It was a really fucked up situation, okay? Very sad tragedy. So when you got that going on, and then you have the public, you know, reading these stories about a group of these fucking yahoos running around the city with paintball guns shooting innocent people, it's not going to make too many people happy. We'll just put it that way. What up, Aaron? You know, that's not a bad idea. We've got a lot of projects coming up this year that I'm excited to announce, you know. We're going to be moving forward. Hopefully, if we get good news on the replacement drone, we're going to be moving forward with a lot of new, like, just fucking awesome stuff working with that project, the Skychopper 420 project. We've obviously started working on, you know, upgrading the studio here, working with OBS. I'm going to be working on still upgrading my system here. So, you know, yeah, we might look into a blog. But I got a lot of other, you know, I want to start doing more videos, like documentaries on people and things. So that's why I'm, you know, finishing up my documentary project from the summer as kind of a way to get me into that give me some experience, and that'll be like technically my first like documentary from the channel. And it's been work, man. Like it's like I said, it's not gonna. I'll tell you right now, it's not gonna be a super like quality piece just because I don't have those skills. You know, I don't have the editing software that these pros use. But for what I can work with and what I can do, I think it'll be okay. You know, but we got some few new ideas coming up here on the channel. I mean, eventually it's going to get old just doing the same thing, right? Covering the same shit. Yeah, it's different people, but it's the same thing at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Person gets arrested. They get bonded out or released. We wait for their next court date. Usually they reschedule it. Then they'll reschedule it again. Then they'll reschedule it a third time. Then they can't reschedule it anymore. So then they finally just come up to their first arraignment. Then it's already goes on for 1 year passes. Then they do their second arraignment. Usually by the second or third arraignment, they get a plea deal. They accept the plea deal. And then they're sentenced, and they usually just get probation and pay some fines. End of the story. Next person. You know? Getting a little old, but... maybe that's just me complaining. No, I'm just messing. Yeah, I would agree, Unknown. You know his ass. He's going to still play that same cocky, I don't give a fuck, come at me, I don't care attitude. But you know very well, I can tell you that guy deep down has probably got, I would imagine, unless he's a total sociopath, which, hey, a lot of these people are. I would imagine he's got a little bit of a concern that there could be some repercussions from all this coming down on him, being that technically he was the event organizer. Technically, if you know what we read earlier through that incident report was that we had one person that was injured that complained of pain and something else. If that person gets a lawyer, what did we talk about yesterday? They're going to chase the person that's got the capital, the money, right? And we found out yesterday that this event could have possibly been or is sponsored by Kick. And we talked a little bit about if it is or supposedly supposed to be a real like event. You know, did he have permits? Did he have insurance? Did he do this the right way? What's the legality of putting on an event like he did? So, you know, I'm sure, you know, he's not going to talk about it or look like he's nervous or cares, but I would think that the guy's just somewhat's got a little bit of a concern in the back of his head. Eric isn't streaming, jail rattled him. Well, maybe he took some advice. I gave him. I'm sure I'm going to get some. Hey, here we go. Going to be all the little RV tours. It's NJCourts' fault. No, it wasn't mine. You think Eric's going to take any advice from me? No. But I did tell him when I had conversed with him, I think it was like right when he had gotten out, because remember I told you guys I had messaged him to see if he had gotten arrested or not, and he, I guess, messaged me back when they had released him, and so I told him, man, I said, you know, glad that you didn't get hurt, you know, I don't want to see anybody hurt, and I said, you know, I hope, you know, you learned from the mistake, and, you know, was it really worth it, you know what I mean? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I said if it was me, I would stay off the internet. But I may not have said that. I think I told them what happened to me, but I left them with a bit of advice. But either way, if it was me, I would be doing the same. If let's just put it this way: if I was in any of the shoes of these people that we're covering right now, the last thing where you would find me would be streaming on the internet about, you know, because one, it's just going to get you in trouble. Two, you know, I think the best thing you can do is just lay off a bunch of things that are going to, you know, cause you a lot of distractions and just concentrate on the task at hand, which is taking care of your court shit. But everybody's different, man. You know, I can only speak for what I would do. But, you know, I don't know, man. A lot of those people they might stay off the radar for a week. We've seen that before, and then, you know, it gets to, it's like a drug, you know what I mean? They start withdrawing, they get the YouTube shakes. It's like, I got to get live. So, you know, if you're smart, I would stay off, but who knows? Maybe we'll see him next week. I don't know. I don't watch. All right, everybody. I think I'm going to call it a live stream. We've been on for what? Not too long, but like I said, I wasn't going to make it a long stream. I just wanted to update everybody on the stuff I said I would get for you guys today, and I'm happy to say that we were able to get everything that I submitted for. So, again, I want to say kudos to the Austin Police Department for following through the Freedom of Information Act and providing the public with, everything that is requested by the public, as rightfully it should be. And I want to say big thank you to all the members of the jury for being here today. Big thank you to all my mods for being here today and taking the time out of your day. I know we've been on for maybe the last week almost every day, so I appreciate y'all coming in. And thank you to my viewers, man, whether you like me, hate me, or you're somewhere in between, and hopefully you're more leaning towards the you like me side. So if you guys have any other questions or comments, don't forget you can leave them under the comments section as soon as we end this stream. If you did enjoy today's show, I'd appreciate a like on the way out. Lets me know I'm doing an okay job, and it also helps with the engagement of the channel. And what else? I think that's it. Just keep those notifications on. We got a lot of things coming up here for August, as far as court cases and updates. Still owe you some updates here still on this whole, Zena the Witch case. So as soon as I hear whether she's been released or what's going on with her next court date, I'll get you guys an update on that. And we'll just play it by ear. All right. Hey, you guys are welcome. I appreciate everybody coming in. Like I said, as always, I know, we're not on a scheduled stream basis, so it's kind of one of those, it's just on the seat of you're just on the seat of your chair type of thing. So, again, I appreciate, we had almost 100 people here on a random, 11 o'clock in the Thursday afternoon stream. That's fucking awesome, okay? So, thank you guys again for the support. Love you guys as always. Make sure to keep that head on a swivel. Check that 6 every once in a while, and probably more so than often because it's getting crazy right now. Take some time to love somebody, even if it's yourself. Nothing wrong with a little self-love. Once in a while, my insoles. Once in a while. Don't want you getting all that self-love advice. And, I love you guys as always, and we'll see you on the next one. Don't say I didn't give you an earbud warning, because I'm giving it to you right now. Or just lower the volume. NJCourts is officially that looks like I'm sucking a dick. I'm going to stop there. Up here. Peace, everybody. Leave you guys with a little elevator music on the way out here. Have a great rest of your Thursday, and we'll see you on the next one.
Louis Theroux, Duke and Jones, jiggle jiggle. My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure. It makes me want to dribble dribble, riding in my Fiat. You really have to see it. 6'2" in a compact, no slack. But luckily the seats go back. I got a knack to relax in my mind, sipping some red wine. Shepherd's Bush, my compact push. Notting Hill Gate, my Fiat skate with a crate of Cabernet. But not today, because I gotta drive. I wanna stay alive, not cause it's illicit. Do I have to get explicit? As a matter of fact, I sip on the yak with Big and Reese, 200 diamonds in their piece. I'm trying to get mine so I can shine. Jiggle jiggle, I like to see you. Wiggle wiggle,
Wiggle.
jiggle jiggle.
How about a little jiggle jiggle?
I like to see you. Wiggle wiggle. My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure. It makes me want to dribble dribble, riding in my Fiat. You really have to see it. 6'2" in a compact, no slack. But luckily the seats go back. I got a knack to relax in my mind, sipping some red wine.
Peace, everybody.
That went really well, don't you?
Have a great rest of your motherfucking
nice
day.
being in the booth.
We'll see you on the
unless you have
next
anything else, that's a wrap. Jiggle jiggle, I like to see you. Wiggle wiggle, jiggle jiggle, I like to see you.
You know.